Hello guys, just going to do a quick audio test before we start the stream. Hello guys, welcome to
the leader has just done a 17.2.
Yeah, welcome to iRacing. So this is, well, we're here in iRacing at Langley Speedway here in Hampton. Is that Virginia, VA? I think that's Virginia. And
the leader's just done a 17.0.
Very quiet group. Apparently 17 people are on there. This is the rookie street stocks. I'm in Class D for oval racing, so we'll just go on with it. So the plan for today is we've got about 5 minutes until our session for the street stocks loads in. Practice, qualifying 40-lap race. That should finish about 25 past 9. And then at half 9, BMW M4 GT12 Challenge starts there at Lime Rock Park in Connecticut at half 9. And that is race starting at about 9:45, then about a 12-minute race, and then we should be done for about 10 o'clock. So I think that's what we'll do. Maybe we'll do another street stock race after that. I'm not totally sure. But anyway, let's get into this then. So it's the first, the last couple of weeks, just to give you this, the last week I've been absolutely just glued to iRacing. It's all I've been doing. So yeah, that's kind of that really. Unfortunately, I can't be called Mad Chili in this game, but there we go. You have to use your real name. So oh well. Otherwise I would have wanted to call myself Mad Chili, but oh well. Anyway, let's get started. So we're also using a thing called trading paints, which is a system that allows you off iRacing to have a nice custom paint scheme that other people have designed rather than just the plain ones. So we're currently with an Oreo scheme.
Kilometers per hour. There's traffic approaching. Watch your mirrors.
And we're also using the Crew Chief add-on, Crew Chief version 4, I think. So, and obviously that was developed for Project Cars, and now it's available for many games. So away we go then. So the key here, take you a wrap around Langley Speedway. So we come out. I'm not the quickest of people around here, but I'm pretty alright. And we come through, and then we slow down, just to keep it nice and steady, sort of right on the edge of that yellow line there. It won't be very quick on this lap because they've got the tyres, it's a bit cold. And then just try and stick to this here. I always thought going over the yellow line was slightly quicker, but the quick guys, I've watched what they do, I've followed them in a race, and I've been able to get my lap time up to 16.7 in those races. Unfortunately, it doesn't log what my best time is in the bottom left. I'm just going to check. Okay, we're not having any lag, that's good. I'm checking. It looks a bit laggy on my OBS feed, but then I look at it down below and it says I'm still getting 60 FPS.
17.3.
And yeah, so this, just to say, this is a rookie series, so do expect a bit of carnage. Quite often these races end with me crashing, other people crashing.
You've just done a 17.6.
To give you an example, I crashed, spun out, went to the pits, got a new car because it's a fast repair. And I went back to 15th and I finished 6th because so many people crashed. I wasn't even quick. Like, it's just unbelievable. Now we do get damage as well, I've got to be careful, unfortunately, with these cars. Even if you think the damage isn't that bad, come lap 10, lap 20, the car quite often blows up after having damage.
Watch your speed.
And that makes it very difficult to get back to the pits in time, so we may have to tow the car in that case. Now, because we're Class D, Slash Rookie Series, it's only a 45-second tow, 50-second tow here rather than the full length, and then we can just fast repair instantly and go. And you can see there, I have picked up better lines. That was a 16.9, which is my personal best in practice. As unfortunately, again, with the BMW series, I've set better laps in the race than I have in practice, but it doesn't save the laps I do in the race. And when you look down there where it says versus all-time best lap, that isn't my best in the race. My best in a race is a 16.756, I think, something like that. Obviously, the lap time matters quite a bit around here because it's such a short track, like literally a couple of seconds. So what we'll do now, we'll just pull into the pits, and we'll wait for the call to be called on to our next race, because we've done 8 laps of practice now. That's roughly a quarter of a race. So the races aren't that long, about 12 minutes, 13 minutes, I think. And we'll just park it up here. So, and you can see there's my Oreo paint there, looking quite cool. It's got all the lights, the light decals, and if you look at the back, it's also got the backlights on as well, which the street stock doesn't have in iRacing, so it makes it look a bit more like a real car. You can see there on the bumper, look. We have some nice lights. Is there any way I can like move the camera around? I can't, no. But you can see that, and then also got the front. And if you have a little look, I think it's based on a real life NASCAR paint scheme. I'm not totally sure which one. But it's quite a popular scheme because I've seen other people use it. So yeah, I hope this stream's going alright actually. Hopefully it runs okay. So yeah, I thought, you know, instead of flight sim, why not try a little iRacing? Since I've been doing quite a bit of flight sim lately, thought it was quite good really. So yes, because I've really got into iRacing. What it was, there's actually a deal on iRacing. It's well known. Literally just search it up. There's a number of promo codes they do for new members. Now one of these promo codes is 3 months for $5, which is amazing. Which is the one I got. You can also get 50% off on any new membership. I think you can also get, like, a year, like $10 off or $20 off or something. There's a number of deals that you can get. They're only for new members, sadly. I had an old account. This is my new account, my old one. Sadly, I didn't go back to the old one anyway.
Checkered flags out, P1.
I was pretty rubbish on it. I didn't really do any road racing either because I was too bad. Just as a tip, guys, I'm on the Logitech G920, which obviously doesn't have the strongest of force feedback. Just turn all these things up maximum. I prefer that anyway. Having more force feedback allows me to detect what the car's doing a lot more. Now for road racing, I do also have the driving line turned on. However, saying that, at Lime Rock Park, I have actually learnt that now, and I could probably turn it off, because in a lot of cases, I'll show you later, the driving line is actually wrong in some places. I've tried following it and not following it, and not following it is sometimes quicker, so to be fair, I could probably easily just turn it off, but there we go. Now, I'm number 2 here, which means I'm the second best person on iRacing in the split. I have an overall iRating of about 1450. It was, or 1400. It was about 100 higher than that. But unfortunately, I got into one race and my pedals disconnected on the grid.
One car inside.
And I couldn't get them fixed until after the race. And sadly, iRacing, because I technically loaded in on the grid, I took part in the race. So therefore, I lost.
Quickest overall.
You know, my safety rating stayed the same, but I lost a lot of iRacing, unfortunately, which it does annoy me a little bit, because it's like, well, what can you do? I technically didn't even start the lap. I got on the grid, tested my pedals, and discovered they suddenly didn't work. They worked in qualifying, and then just suddenly they didn't work. I don't know why.
P3, you've just done a 17.
Yeah, I'm going to be careful. This car gets very loose, as you can see the guy behind me just demonstrated in the process of spinning. It's very easy to spin on the opening laps in this car. So easy. I've done it multiple times, and it is a pain, because it does drop you right to the back of the field. Overtaking is quite difficult here, really. Unless somebody goes wide, you can't really overtake them. You have to rely on other people making mistakes, really. Or you shoving them, which isn't very nice, and obviously it will affect your safety rating as well. But that's kind of the only thing you can really do. You can see that, and obviously, because I'm using trading paints, I can see other people have trading paints skins on as well. So you can see that guy's got a purple Ally one. I believe Jimmy Johnson uses that. Well, I haven't watched NASCAR in about a season. The last one I watched, I think, was the 2019 season, 2018 season even. So, you know, it's been a while since I've seen NASCAR.
That's the end of the session, P2.
But in that season, he used that skin, I remember, that livery. But you can see there, we're actually the second fastest in the group. It's not a massively skilled group, this. You can see I'm number 2. Normally I'll be like number 10. Because the number you get given is roughly your iRacing skill versus everybody else. So in terms of iRacing, a little key is basically half So to get to whether you want positive or negative iRating, half the number of drivers in the field, so 6 in this one. If you're in the top half of it, move it up a little bit. If you're in the bottom half of it, move it down a little bit. And that's the number. So say I was the 12th best driver, I'd probably need to finish about 9th. But because I'm the second best driver, I'd probably need to finish about 5th or better to gain my rating. It's roughly how you can work out iRacing.
Its exit is clear.
It's not exact. I think there are like overlays that you can get for iRacing that will display it during the race. I've seen other YouTubers use it. However, I'm just sticking with the default iRacing. So the only things I'm doing, I'm using Trading Paint and I'm using Crew Chief. And they're the two mods, well, sort of mods. Crew Chief isn't really a mod. It doesn't really change the game. Trading Paint does. Crew Chief is just a little application that goes along with it. So it can be used in Assetto Corsa, Competizione, it can be used in iRacing, it can be used in Project Cars. Although in Assetto Corsa I don't like to use it because I actually think the default thing in Assetto Corsa is really good. Now,
for Watson, 17.
now this is qualifying now. This will not be pole. As you can see, someone's already nicked pole off me. So I'm just trying the best I can. On cold tyres, the car feels really tight, so I can't really do anything. That second lap there was worse. So this will probably be enough for second place. Now second place, I believe, will be on the inside, so it might be a bonus. Also, a little tip. Some of the faster guys have noticed turn their brake bias down to 42. Doesn't really make much difference in qualifying or anything, but in the race when sometimes you need to use the brakes, it can help. So you can see here I'm probably going to be just stuck in second now. Now obviously we get 5 minutes for qualifying, and it does only take 2 minutes to do qualifying. So now we've just got 3 minutes to sit back and chill. Now I'm just going to watch the thing. I'm hoping that it's not laggy. It does look a little bit stuttery. So if actually that's watching it in 360p, if I refresh it, it should give me the 1080p version. Or if not, I'll watch the video. It's a weird bug with YouTube live streaming. It doesn't let you see the really high quality one unless you click on the video version. So I'll click on the video version now. And then if I click on that video version, yeah, it's now available in 1080p. So if actually that's... So if I have a look at the lag, because I did look a little bit stuttery. But obviously that's... Okay, it looks alright, yeah. It's because I'm probably seeing it in a higher FPS. I'm getting 106. There you go. Yeah, it looks alright. It's just because obviously if you don't go into HD, it doesn't get you a higher level. Now also I've actually mapped a control as well to Crew Chief. If I press Y on my steering wheel,
0 incidents.
He'll tell me how many incidents I have, which is really useful. Just allows me to check during the race, just as I'm driving along. The Y button is in the perfect position for me to just tap at any time. And now you can see here, look, as long as it's not chaos, I should get away quite well in the top 2. So I'm really pleased with that. Oh, my ping's a bit high. My ping, I'm on Ethernet, so normally my ping's been really good. It's probably because I'm streaming. Normally my ping is about 3366, so I'm guessing it's because I'm streaming. But normally it's absolutely fine, my ping, so hopefully people won't be disappearing on me. Because I do have that sometimes on my other PC that doesn't have a good internet, and it's annoying. Although it happens very rarely, like on that PC, it's like once. It's very rare, which is good. Also, keep care as well of people who get incident points during qualifying, especially in this type of racing. I mean, you know, you can't really go off track. So the only thing you're going to get 2 incident points for this. And also, yeah, everyone's saying use steering ratio 10:1. But I don't get, people say, oh, make the steering ratio 10:1. I've done that, and it honestly does. I'll change it again now. It doesn't make it feel any better for me.
That's the end of the session, E2.
Personally. But though, so yeah, you know what, I'm going to stick with the default now, but yeah, everyone has said this. They've said steering ratio 12:1, steering offset +2, and then brake bias 42 is what a lot of guys have said. So, I'm not going to go with that for this race, because I haven't tested it properly. The thing with me, I don't like a steering offset. A steering offset basically means that when the wheel is straight, it will be slightly right or slightly left. I don't like that because it confuses me. I look at the wheel and go, oh, it's straight on. Oh, wow. Qualifying went around quick. There we go. We're starting on the front row. So that's cool. Now, one little tip. Just untick begin fueling, windshield tear off and tyres before you start. This means that if you have to make an emergency pit stop for a fast repair, the crew won't start changing your tyres, which will waste you 30 seconds. In this race, you're never going to need to change tyres, it's only 40 laps. You know, the only pit stop you're going to be making is if your car blows up, basically, or if it's undrivable, if you get a black flag, black and orange flag for mechanical warning. They're the only reasons you'll ever need to pit. Now, unfortunately, the key that allows me to move left, I assigned it to push to talk, and then turned it off, so my left look key doesn't work at the moment, only the right key. I need to change that, got to remember. Now, I'm not going off the grid, because I've done this before, where I've spawned into the grid, gone off to change something, and then come back, and
The
it
track
has
temp is 28 Celsius. The air temp
which
is
is really
25
bad. But there you go, you can
Celsius.
see from that little announcement from our crew chief, that means that we are ready to go. So, I should be allowed to, there you go, I'm allowed to shift into first gear. And what we basically just want to do is, well, follow the safety car, and we need to make sure,
the pace car in the outside car.
we need to make sure that the guy in first gets away first, obviously. And my aim is literally just finish top 5 nice and clean. Now my safety rating doesn't really matter in oval because I can't get to class C in oval, because to get a higher class you have to compete in 4 races of that kind. Now I don't own any class D oval content, as my main focus is road. The only reason I'm even doing oval racing is because the BMW series is obviously only every hour, and there's something to fill that little half hour with. I do this because it's a perfect little bit of time. Now, also there may be some people getting rather angry on the voice chat, so just keep that in mind. Some people do like to say some colourful language on the voice chat occasionally, so just bear that in mind. Although it should be alright.
That doesn't even make sense with how small the field is.
Yeah, the field is very small. So what we basically want to do, just stay like this, make sure the leader gets also make sure you start in third gear, you get a better run, because you don't have to change gears as much. You see there, basically, my aim now for the first lap is just don't spin. Cold tyres are really bad. They are really terrible around here, and they can result in you spinning on the first lap easily, which will wreck your race. We'll be back to last place, which obviously you don't want. Now, unless first place makes a mistake, I don't see myself really trying for it. I don't really want this, and I don't really want to go for madness.
0 incidents.
I will gain iRacing and safety rating with second place, so I'm happy with it. But obviously, I'd rather not get overtaken at all. Now, obviously, it's a very short field,
just done a 17.2.
very small field, so it shouldn't be
just done a 17.3.
it shouldn't be too nuts. Now, the guys behind us were a lot slower than us too, so they'll probably start to drop back. So it'll probably just be me and number 1 car.
That's a new fastest lap for Watson, 17.0.
So we're both doing 17.0s. So obviously that's kind of quite important. Yeah, the stream looks really laggy on my OBS, but it says 60 FPS. Wow, there's a guy who's spun out clearly here. Hopefully he'll get out of the way. If he's sensible, he will just move. Oh wow! Alright, luckily he didn't tag me, he only tagged the leader, so that could have, I don't think it was hard enough tap, but if he tapped the radiator in first place, in about 10-15 laps, first place's engine will go kaboom. So we'll see what happens with that one. I somehow don't think that's going to happen though. It wasn't a very heavy contact at all, so it probably won't have affected him at all. Now we've got quite a decent gap starting to form to third place, which is good.
You've just done a 16.9.
Whoa! Yep, that's iRacing rookies for you, isn't it? That is absolute madness. Right. Oh, yep. Got a little bit too hungry on the throttle pedal there, so I had to just back off.
17.4.
Almost span out. Very, very worrying. Obviously, don't want to spin out now. The first place is actually starting to get away from me a little bit, so if that happens, then I don't really mind. I'm getting away from third place, so it doesn't really matter. I said maybe he's using up all his tyres. Now tyre wear does feature a little bit in these cars. It's not very noticeable really, because it's such a short race, but it does matter. Now there's a guy up here who we're lapping. Hopefully, if he's sensible, he'll just go wide, which he is doing. One guy I was lapping yesterday just did not get out of the way, just refused to do anything. He's a rookie. You can tell he has red stripes on the back of his car. We have orange stripes on the back of our cars because I'm class D. Obviously rookies are typically slower. They might be more unsafe because they haven't got out of the rookie class. Because the rookie class is only based on safety rating, not iRacing or anything. You try to do two races and get your safety rating above 3. Whoa! What is that guy doing? Yep. Well, luckily the tap I had on that guy was very small, so it didn't give me any damage or even any incident points. But the guy ahead of me, he's now had 2 impacts that maybe could blow his radiator. So that's what we'll have to watch for. His radiator going. We've got a 2-second gap to the guy behind, so I can afford to do something.
Your lap time was 16.9.
Oh, that guy's going really slowly. Yeah, my videos from a while ago.
Now 2.0 seconds.
The videos from a while ago do sound different. Wait, why did I get 4x there?
Kilometers per hour.
It just suddenly changed to 4x. Oh well, that's a little bit annoying. Yeah, my voice does change in videos. If you watch the one that's really old, it does sound quite funny. Right, hopefully that guy will get out of the way. Although I think it's a shame about the 4 incident points. However, I can still get 4 incident points and gain safety rating. As I said, safety rating doesn't matter as much anyway because I cannot get to Class C in Oval. If I do, I'll be locked out of the Street Stock Series as well. The Street Stock Series is only available to rookie in Class D, so if anything, as I said, safety rating is not the priority. iRacing is what I'd like to try and get up, but it's more of a casual thing, this. The road racing is what I really care about. The oval racing is just a bit more, as I said, it's something to fill the time between the BMW races that I've found. I also like to do the Legend Series. I do prefer the Legend Series to the Street Stocks, however, because of the time that they happen, I can't do them. And the BMW Series, I can't do both. They're both on the half past the hour.
Still there.
No, if that guy will get out of the way, we're lapping him. So we should just get out of the way. There we go. Nice. Good to see that when lap traffic behaves. We're coming on the halfway point in the race now, so just being quite calm. We're setting some decent laps, just a 16.8 just then, so doing some decent laps. I am actually catching up to first place here, so I'll have to watch what I do. The thing is, you know, I don't want to just... The only way to get past him, unless he makes a mistake, is really to just slightly bump him. But that's not very nice. I'd rather not do that. It'll get me safety rating. It'll also just make him quite cross. So, although sometimes if I get a bit too close, I can accidentally hit them. Like, that actually happened to me yesterday. I was following a guy for about 20 laps and I just accidentally tapped him a little bit, and that was enough to spin him out. It's quite easy to do. I've been spun out as well. It's so easy to do. So, just got to be quite cautious,
that's
really.
That's the fastest lap for Watson, 16.7.
Yeah, 16.7, that's my personal best, that is. A 7.19. The very best I've ever seen someone go around here is a 16.5 during the race. Whoa! What is that guy doing? He almost tapped me. Man. Some people on iRacing, they don't know how to even control a car. Like the basics. Like, it can be a pain. Just got to learn. Some people will be nice when lapping them, and they'll just get out of the way like that 11 car. Just nicely getting out of the way, not being any trouble. And some people spin out ahead of us. Whoa! Come on, the leader went wide. If I was right behind him there, I would have got him. Sadly, I lost a bit of time with that lap traffic there.
Now, 6.0 seconds.
Whoa, there's a lot of whoa, I think that guy's engine just went. I'm not sure. He went crashing into a wall, whatever happened. You can tell how much pace we have, though. This guy ahead we're lapping is 6th. 6th place we're lapping, so clearly we have some pace. It's nice to have that pace, isn't it? I have, you know, over the course of this week, obviously, iRacing's week to refresh on a Tuesday. It's now Saturday, so I've had a number of days to learn this circuit with this car, so the lap times are starting to come together now. The Street Stocks will be back here in 4 weeks, because they're on a rota, I think. The Street Stocks. So in about 4 weeks we will be back here, which will be quite nice. He's getting held up, you can see. See, this is a lap guy, look, that isn't getting out of the way. He should be getting out of the way for us, we're lapping him, and he isn't, and it's just holding us up. There you go, seems as if he's had some sense now, so hopefully that stays like that. You know, some people are just like that with lapping. They don't like to be lapped, but really it slows them down if they're trying to hold us up. It's not for position, so that it doesn't matter. It's not competitive. If we lap them, nothing happens. So it's just, everyone keep a calm race.
Incidents.
So I'll just check. We still have 4 incidents, so we're good. 4 is perfectly safe. Normally anything there's about 5 or less, you can normally roughly gain safety rating.
Watch your speed limit in the pits.
Right, so we're going on to lap 30 quite soon. So that guy's engine, if it was going to blow up, it would have blown up by now. so that's not happening. Got a massive gap to the car behind there, so I'm not going to try anything stupid. We're actually back to lap 5th place, so as I said, you can see how quick we are, us two. First and second lapping 5th place is interesting.
Your lap time was 16.9.
But yeah, these are the guys that are actually quite quick though, so they won't want to get lapped, if you see what I mean. Like people like this 11 car are just very slow, so we're lapping him a lot. Just like being lapped. Might have damage or something, you know?
Your lap time was at 16.9.
Well, notice he is locking the brakes. Really, you should... Oh, that guy's engine's just... See what I mean? That's what happens when you get damaged. The engine just blows all of a sudden. You have no way of knowing, really, that it's going to blow. It just happens. And when it happens, it's quite difficult to get back to the pits in the time. You've just got to hope you're lucky with it. I've had a couple of bad laps here trying to get past that lap car. Although he does keep going wide. Whenever he goes wide, it's always when I'm not there to capitalise. I'm like, whoa, I hope that guy doesn't go too far off the track. Obviously, he's just come out of the pits,
Still there.
so he should get out of the way. But he's not. He's making me go wide. Seriously, mate, get out of the way. We're lapping you. You've just come out of the pits. He should not be in the way. If he's coming out of the pits, he should give way to us. But there we go. Hello in the chat. Hope you're enjoying a bit of a different stream here. Obviously, we're on iRacing today. Yeah, I've lost a little bit of ground then to first place thanks to him. It does happen on iRacing that. Obviously, especially the pit lane here does kind of get in the way of the racing line a little bit. Obviously, it's not a large track. I mean, if it only takes 17 seconds to get around,
in the pits.
It's really not going to take long. But unfortunately, yeah, sadly, I think I have just let the lead go. Sadly, thanks to...
The gap is now.
You know, now I'm not right behind him, it's quite difficult to just follow his every move. Unless he makes a mistake. I think I am slightly quicker than him. If I qualified ahead of him, I might have had a chance. There's only 3 laps left now, though. So we haven't really got a chance now. I don't really mind. The second place is absolutely wonderful. I've never actually won a street stock race. I've won a road race in the BMWs. And in the Mazdas, actually. In the Mazdas, I was really quick.
What's your speed?
That's the rookie series, which I could still do, but unfortunately, it's actually quite a long race.
16.9.
Whoa, a guy spun out. Watch out. Good. You never trust some people. Sometimes they spin out and they just come right back on the track in front of you, and it's like,
you got one right side.
Why?
Clear high.
But it does happen.
2 laps left. Come on, you're looking good for a podium.
We're doing alright right now, so if I can stay like this,
Gap to what's ahead is now.
And there's a lot of lap traffic, but luckily they're all getting out of the way, which does mean that in a way, I guess, well, this is the last lap now, so I'm not going to bother sending it. There's a guy on the inside with a blown up engine, so we'll just watch that.
You're pulling away from the guy behind.
Right, come on, last lap. We're right there. I don't want to crash into him. No! No! Oh, that was pretty close though at the end. One more lap, I probably could have got in there with that lap traffic. Well, there we go.
Podium finish. Nice one.
There we go. Right, okay, guys.
A little bump in the run there, too.
Ouch. Now, luckily, getting bumped at the end. Getting bumped at the end there doesn't really do anything, luckily. Now, sometimes it does seem to appear on the safety rating, but it shouldn't. Hope everyone is enjoying the stream, of course. Yeah, sure, I'll subscribe to people. And there you go, you can see that we gained safety rating. Good, we gained tons of iRacing, which is really good. 16.712 look, so we were very close on the lap time to him there, which was really good in the end. Really, really good. Now, yeah, those incident points at the end do seem to matter. You can see only one person in the end crashed. The guy in the 11 was just very slow. Like a 19-second lap, that's not great. But yeah, overall, very happy. So I hope you guys really enjoyed that. Now, we're moving on to the main series that I enjoy doing. This is the one that I've paid to do. It's $12 for the car, and then I paid $15 for Watkins Glen, $15 for Brands Hatch, and... oh yeah, what else did I buy? Brands Hatch, Watkins Glen. What else did I buy? What's wrong with me? Oh, and Tsukuba. Tsukuba wasn't included. Okay. Oh, actually, no, it was. I'm positive Tsukuba. Alright, I don't know what I bought then, but I know it was Brands Hatch. Oh no, it was only 2 tracks because I bought a car. Yeah. Ignore me. It was Brands Hatch, Watkins Glen, the car, and then I also picked up Legacy Silverstone because it was only $5 and it's used a lot. It was used in the first week of the BMWs. It's probably used. So yeah, next week we're at Watkins Glen. We're at Lime Rock Park this week. I love Lime Rock Park. I've really gotten on with it. I'm still not quite the quickest, unfortunately. I said I'm still using the driving line. However, I probably could turn it off. I just like to have it on. For when I go to new circuits and things. You know, to be honest, this is literally my first week on iRacing in 2 years. So you got to expect it. Although I said the driving line on this track, as you get to know the track, you get to learn that not necessarily for your driving style and for the car, it is not the best driving line. But the thing is, this track in particular, there are some places like the chicane where the driving line is quite useful for the braking point because there isn't any marker boards or anything of what I've seen to judge a brake point from. So when there's no way to judge a brake point, it can be quite annoying not to have a driving line. But apart from that, I think most of the places on this track are quite easy to get. And the driving line is actually wrong in a lot of places as well. So I'll point it and I'll tell you guys around a little side slant. We're actually using an AlphaTauri livery we're using. So you can see there, someone's setting a 55.4, that's very quick. My personal best is a 56.1. In practice, it's a 56.3.
Pit lane speed limit is 56 kilometers per hour.
So yeah, Lime Rock Park, very nice little circuit here. It's a very nice car, this. It's
clear.
You
Don't
can
cross
spin
the
it
white
out,
line.
but it's not difficult to spin out. But it's not easy either. It's kind of like, it's like the perfect level between a race car and a road car. It's a GT4 car, so that's kind of what they're known for. So you can see just here at Lime Rock Park, now the turning on this first lap won't be very good because the car is very cold, the tyres. Now I like to have a brake pressure bias of 3%. At Laguna Seca, I had to have 5% to make the car even stop in time. So you can see there's the chicane, and then we'll take it on the lap now once the tyres have warmed up a little bit.
Temperature's decreasing.
It's very easy to spin out.
Celsius.
Otherwise. So yeah, through here it's third gear, and then power on. Kind of ignore the driving line a little bit. Here, definitely ignore the driving line. Brake way more than it says, and then you got on the power earlier than it says, and that wasn't quite great. I could have done it a little bit better, but if you get on the power earlier than it tells you to, and you brake earlier than it tells you to, you can get a better run onto the straight. And again, here with the driving line, ignore it, get on the curb, because that gets you better turning. And then here the driving line is, well, just kind of just power on. It's not really, don't really listen to it. And then here again, a lot of people like to sweep out wide. I actually quite like to not follow the driving line and head a little bit more inward. And then up here, just the car can get a little bit loose there occasionally, so just watch that. And then braking point, I do use the driving line. And then turning, power on. Don't hit the curbs because they massively slow you down. And again, follow the driving line a bit here, but not totally. It's a good idea to get on the curb, however, be careful, it can spin you out. I have actually lost a race doing that.
Time is quick.
And then yeah, here, get on the brake a bit early, get on the curb, and then there you go. That was a good representation of it. You can see there on my best lap. It was actually slightly quicker, so that's kind of a lap round Lime Rock Park, obviously, as you can see there. The driving line, you sort of follow it for the braking points a bit, but don't follow it to the driving line itself. And then even the braking points, particularly in the last corner, are not the quickest way of doing it. Like if I follow the driving line to the exact thing, it's roughly a 57.4, 57.3. I'm capable of about a 56.3, so it is slower, the driving line. Because obviously when I first started at Lime Rock on Tuesday, I was using the driving line fully because I hadn't learned the circuit yet. Now I have learned the circuit, I sort of know what's good and where. There you go, that guy let me by. That's good.
Sector 2's 2/10 off the pace.
See, there's the bonus, like a braking earlier, you can get a much better run. You can see there, make up quite a bit of lap time, even on my best lap. So it's a massive bonus to be doing that. That's a 56.7.
You're
It would have been a bit quicker if I hadn't been held
0.38
up
off the pace.
there.
63 times quick.
But you know, what can you do? But I do really like Limewalk Park. Laguna Seca I was not as quick. Laguna Seca, it's very easy to rack up safety rating points as well because of the corkscrew. It's very difficult to actually see that corner. Very famous corner actually. Obviously, it's
Sector 1 is
totally
0.06
blind.
off the pace.
You wouldn't really think it's something out of a video game really. You wouldn't think it was in a real life racetrack, but it is. Obviously, that's why you pay quite a lot for iRacing. It is laser scanned to the detail. But you can see that we've done pretty well there at that last corner, a little bit loose, so we lost a teeny bit of time. Overall, though, this is a pretty fast lap. In qualifying, I'll be pretty pleased with this. We got them a little bit grass there, but we didn't get them off track, so it didn't invalidate our lap. And that's probably a 56.5, look. Yeah, so 56.5, that's pretty decent to me. Probably an average race lap time.
You've just done a 56.53.
Now the race will start in 1 minute, so we're just going to stop here. Now race size is 20, so having 26 people, we're probably going to have some quite empty splits.
Fastest
possibly.
lap for Rock, 56.
So there we go, you can see there, look, it's not the quickest. I said my very best is probably 56 warm.
The leader has just
those
done
guys,
55,
there's one or two guys that can do
69.
55, and I just look at it and go like, what? But obviously, the way to work out how competitive you are is based on the division you're in. I'm in Division 4 based on my iRating. So obviously the Division 1 guys, the Division 2 guys are a lot quicker. So that's kind of something to take into account. Now I'm trying to build up my safety rating to 4 to get an instant promotion to Class C. It's already above 3, so I'll get a promotion to Class C at the end of the season. But the end of the season isn't until, I think, the 2nd or 3rd week of December. So I've got plenty of time to make that up. But yeah, I've basically just been playing iRacing. It's basically what I've been doing the last week. Really, I haven't been touching anything else. I've been really happy with iRacing. But there we go. So just, like I said, I got it all literally 3 months for $5. That'll expire. I'm hoping they'll send me another coupon for it, because that's what they did on my old account. I just didn't notice. So you can see here, there's 13 people in this split. I'm number 7, so I'm the 7th best driver now. These two, the top two, I know are very quick. 5th place spun me out yesterday. However, that was kind of... I got loose and then he tapped me, so it was kind of 50-50. But I'll be careful of him, make sure that doesn't happen again. Now, looking at the divisions, it's a pretty fair split for me again. Got a couple of guys in Division 1, they're going to destroy it. They're very quick, those two. They're both capable of 55, so I'm not going to be winning this split. But if I can get in the top 7, I think I'll be alright. Now, this is just a 3-minute practice, a little shakedown session.
Watch the white line.
So one guy decided to sneak up the inside to me there. I don't know what it is about being aggressive in practice. To be honest, it doesn't really matter how quick you are in practice. This is just a session to allow everybody to join. It's not really for the purpose of actually doing anything.
The track temperature's falling. It's
not really long enough to even set a lap, to be honest. A decent lap anyway. A flying lap. And obviously, yeah, because obviously the car doesn't have warm tyres. Whoa, yep. And that's the one thing about this BMW. On cold tyres, it is shocking to drive. And on the grass as well, it has no brakes. So, really got to keep that in mind. I'm not joking, on the grass it does literally have no brakes. It's like literally having sponges as brakes. It's useless. But there we go. Away we go again then. I will probably do that multiple times on the first lap of the session. I very often spin on the first lap of the session just because the car... In the race it doesn't happen because you have a formation lap, so in the race it's a bit better. It can still happen, I have done it before, but it's a lot more difficult in practice. In practice it's very easy to do it, and in qualifying. But you just got to remember, keep it nice and gentle on the first lap and we should be alright then. That's the key to this car on cold tyres, just be very, very gentle, treat it like it's got a lot more power than it would normally. Now, luckily in this car you can't blow up the engine. It's got downshift protection on it, so you can't blow up the engine. It's all auto, obviously it's like a GT car, so it's all just just paddles. You can see there's my car. Look, it's lovely AlphaTauri livery, gotten off trading paints, obviously mimicking the AlphaTauri F1 team. So time to qualify to check the brake bias has saved. Great, and pit limit on. I don't need the pit limit.
Pit lane speed limit is 56 kilometers per hour.
Qualifying.
Exit's clear. Push.
They obviously.
We've got 2 laps to get the job done.
So there we go. Now, round here as well, the corners don't actually have many names. This is called Big Bend, apparently. Yeah, they're all just left-hander and right-hander. The only one that's really got a name is that straight. It's called the Sam Posey Straight. I'm guessing that's a person that was really good at Vinewood Park or something, or had a large part to play in it. I don't know. Also, that's normally why they call circuit. They call circuit names like that. Obviously, in the UK, there's a lot of circuits with names after famous racing drivers. Right, slow down. Also, these BMWs in a couple of weeks do go to Brands Hatch GP, which is a bit of an interesting circuit. I'm not very good at Brands Hatch GP, but I quite like it.
32 Celsius.
In some of the fast corners, I had a bit of a bad run onto that straight there, so that would have compromised my first qualifying lap, unfortunately. Luckily, the straight's quite far down the pit lane, so it doesn't really it doesn't even waste a tenth of a second, so it's not too bad as long as you maybe don't do it on the next qualifying lap. But yeah, I don't know why. I think what it is because the fast laps I set don't get logged in this thing, so I can't see where I'm quicker on those faster laps. But I can never do anything better than like a 56.5 in qualifying for. I'm always quicker in the race. To be fair, the tyres do warm up in the race, so that's something to keep into account. But some people still manage to do those fast times in qualifying, so it's obviously something to do. Right, and then slow down and then go. So you can see we're about 4/10 off my best. It's not too bad for a qualifying lap. I could do better, definitely. We had a good run onto that time, so that sets up our next lap. Okay, so if that's a 0.7, I'll be happy with it. Yeah,
P3. Your last lap time was at
not bad.
56.72.
It's I've done a lot worse in quali. Again, I'm expecting it third or below, because the top 2 guys are very quick. I know that, because it is the same sort of people who race in iRacing. Really, it's not. I don't think, particularly in the series that you have to pay for, it's not a massive community base. Really, only 30, maybe 40 people, and those people are technically the same. Right, slow down on the chicane. Away, and you can see this lap has not been the best. We had a pretty good start to that, but later in the lap, I don't know why, but it's been a bit slower. Oh dear, lost a bit of time there. Got on the curve just slightly too much there. I'll try and get a good run onto this final bit to try and make it better than my first lap, which it is not going to be. I gained time, but it's just not enough. I don't think. It was 7:24. That one is going to be 7:33.
55.75.
Oh, that's a shame. So I could have gone a bit quicker, but to be fair, 56.7, it's kind of average for me in qualifying. You can see there in the end, actually, we're the 7th best driver on the grid. Oh, come on, really? I was 1,000th off 4th place. Now, I would much rather I start in an odd-numbered bay, because that puts you on the inside for the next corner. So it's often a benefit to start 5th over 4th, or 3rd over 2nd. It's often a benefit to do that because of that inside line that you get for the first couple of corners. So if I can stay 5th, I'll be happy. I'd rather that than 4th. And it looks like it's going to be a bit of an interesting split, really. We've got us 3 here that are very evenly matched, the top 2 that are gone, and then all the other guys were in the 57s. You can see, so look, 7th and back are way off the pace. Typically, I'm always within the 57s. If I have a bit of a dodgy lap, maybe 57.2. But that's generally as slow as I'll go in the race. Normally in the race, I'll be doing 56.5s, 6, 7s. That's what I've kind of been doing. And then, as I said, I have recently, yesterday, I did do the old 56.1 and 2, as I began to learn the track a bit better. And I remember it's a 12-minute race. Now, we get 8 minutes for qualifying, and as you can see, it's not a very long circuit, so we've now got 3.5 minutes just to chill out, because it never takes that long to qualify. I don't know why it gives you 8 minutes round here. It should just give you 5. It takes about just over 3 minutes to do qualifying, probably 3.5 minutes, so oh well. I think everyone's set 2 laps now. So at the moment, our 5th place is pretty secure. The 2 guys who I thought would be quick are very quick. The first Division 4 guy is me. Actually, yep. So the best Division 4 guy is me, and then the other guy, we've got car number 8 and car number 11. So you can see they're quite slow. So again, Division 4 is the championship I'm competing in. I think I'm in the top 300 now. That's my championship. So obviously, you got the overall championship, and then you've got your individual skill championship. I'm Division 4. It goes from Division 1 to Division 10, and then rookie. So it's technically 11 divisions. So Division 4 is pretty good, actually. That's what it rated me as when I got into Class D. Hopefully next season, when it re-evaluates me, I'll still be... I reckon I am around Division 3, Division 4 pace. But I'm not quick enough to be Division 2. Division 3 even is... Division 3 is kind of what I'm capable of on a quick lap. Division 4 is what I'm capable of usually. Well, we've got 2 minutes to chill out now. And then we'll be on to a 12-minute race. Now, that 12-minute race is absolutely crucial I don't crash on the first lap. It's only a 12-minute race, so if you get wrecked, that's basically it. 12 minutes is not a long time. If you go to the back of the field, you're basically done for, to be honest. You can't really expect to get anything better than people who crash as well. They're the only people you can really expect to overtake. And also the slow people. There's always 1 or 2 people that are way too slow, really, to even be competitive. So the division, maybe Division 10, Division 8 guys. However, this split's actually pretty even. So there's a couple in Division 6. But most people are pretty even, so we'll watch it. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, 1,000th off. But as I said, luckily, 5th place is actually a benefit to have. Being on the inside is a benefit. Now, I've got to be careful as well. The leader can go whenever they like before the green flags. And quite often I miss that. I misinterpret it. I get it wrong. And it is a massive pain to have that. So hopefully I can do okay. And if that happens, then I get a good start. Generally, after the first lap, once you're all in a queue, mistakes are much more rare. However, they can still happen. It depends on what's happening as well. If someone's right at the back of me trying to attack me, I will just let them pass, to be honest, because it quite frequently ends in a crash. One strategy I have used before and has worked multiple times is basically if someone really quick is coming from the back of the field, let them go, and I can just tell they're aggressive. There's 1 or 2 guys I know are aggressive, and I let them by, and they come through and they wreck everybody in front of them trying to get past, and I just take all the free positions. Like one guy, I was in second the whole race. A guy came past me in 3rd. Came past, I thought, wow, he's aggressive. Let him by. He went for the lead. He almost crashed 1st place out. He crashed himself out, spun out, and I got 2nd in the end. Saved me getting crashed, and I still got 2nd. It doesn't always work, but it's very frequent, especially if the person trying to get past is a bit aggressive, if they're trying to flash their lights and be all a bit. I said, it doesn't just matter where you finish, it is also safety rating. Because luckily, this M4 GT4 is also eligible to be raced in a Class C series as well, so it's really good that I can do that. And obviously that'll have even safer races in it. And they're half-hour endurance races, so that'll be interesting. It's the Michelin Pilot Challenge. This is the BMW 12.0 challenge that I'm in today. And they are very nice looking cars. Oh, suddenly my left button is working in this car. I guess I do use custom settings because for oval racing I don't have the driving line turned on. So I use custom settings for each car. Because obviously for oval racing you don't really need that, do you? There we go. Some people like to rev their engines. I'm not a massive fan, I'm not really bothered. It's quite nice to just check, make sure the pedals are working. As always, my tip, just untick the tyres, just in case you need to get a tow. Untick all this stuff. That'll save you time now. We'll know when it's time to go because we'll get a little message from our engineer telling us the track temperature and things. That's when the session actually starts. So everyone is loaded in, I believe, now.
B5,
there we go.
the air temp is 26 Celsius.
So it's 26 degrees outside, so quite warm actually here in Lime Rock Park. I think it's in Connecticut.
Follow car number 3.
But there we go. And we're following this guy ahead in 3rd. Obviously we're 5th. Now this car gets away terribly in first gear. The traction control likes to intervene. You can't actually change the traction control because it's fixed setup. These BMWs, which is also why I like it. I like fixed setup because I'm actually quite bad at doing setups. And if you want setups for iRacing, there are some virtual racing schools and things that do it. There are various racing schools that do it, but you often have to pay like $5 a month or $10 a month or whatever to get those setups, which I'm not really a fan of, to be honest, but there we go. iRacing does also provide some setups. However, for the Legends, at least, the NASCAR Legends, their open setup, the track they were at last week didn't have the setup from iRacing, so I was a bit slow there. So I'm quite glad these are fixed setup. Now, I mean, in the NASCAR Legends, the setup is very important because of how the cars handle. The setup in these cars is not quite as important. I'm very careful heading through the chicane. If you hit people on the formation lap, it does still count as incident points, believe it or not. I think it's a little bit sneaky because sometimes people do accidentally just, you know, sometimes the people on the grid go very slowly. Oh, I guess someone there's probably crossed, probably taken out.
You have -1 incidents.
And they do count, trust me, even though what our engineer says, the incidents do count once you start. Now, you've got to be really careful here because very careful because first place can go whenever they like, and when they do, there we go. When they do it, you've got to be so careful. I actually did quite a good start there, and as you can see, look, it's a benefit to me starting 5th, because the guy behind me, actually no, yeah, the guy alongside me actually got a run, but he should probably get shoved out, because obviously I'm on the inside. He's not going to fight it in the first lap, because who wants to crash out on the first lap? If you do that, you're just setting yourself up for a terrible race, especially in a 12-minute race. I thought that was going to end in a crash myself.
Starts okay, now find your groove.
So we've got to watch what we're doing here. We've had a pretty clean start, we're still P5. But I've got to be very careful here, because very often it does just chaos happens. So now we kind of settle into a rhythm, discover what our pace is really against everybody else in the field. If we're quick, we're going to try and go for moves. If not, generally the cue is basically just wait for people to make mistakes, and when they do, make sure you capitalise on it. That's basically how in a race like these BMWs, they're very even cars, you kind of gain when you haven't got the lap time. Wait for someone else to spin out. It's easy enough to do. If you're not paying attention in these BMWs, if you get on the curb a little bit, they will punish you. They're not totally fixed to the ground. You know, they're easy enough to drive that they don't just spin out at every opportunity, but they're also difficult enough to drive that you can't just do anything with them. You can't just go throttle instantly over a curb and expect to be fine. That doesn't happen. Now also again, with the driving line, braking slightly before it says to in the chicane, it can get you a bit of a better exit out of the chicane, get a better run. So that is quite helpful sometimes. Whoa, there we go. Just okay. Now the guy behind me, we're steadying basically a 0.8 second gap. Those guys ahead are really fighting into the first corner now. That does often end up with one person on the grass. And as I said, if that happens, I capitalise. So hopefully that happens. As you can see there, he's gone very wide, hasn't gone on the grass. But when you go on the grass, as I said, these cars, they basically have no brakes, so when you get on the grass, it is a pain. The brakes just die on the grass, so get on the grass. Even though it looks like a very small mistake in these cars, it's really can be a big mistake. Obviously, if you've got no brakes and you're going for high speed, you can end up with a problem. That guy had a bad exit out of the chicane there, so this, honestly, I've tried to move into this corner before. More often than not, it ends in a crash. It's just a very thin corner. If you get on the curb, you can sometimes spin out if you go a little bit too aggressive. If you go a little bit too wide, you can end up on the grass, and there's a very close by tyre barrier that is waiting for a car to smash into it. So generally, you know, making a move into that corner is not wise unless the person is very slow.
That's your fastest lap today.
Just don't make a move into that corner. The best place to make a corner is probably the first corner. Just make it a dive down the inside, and then obviously that will force the other person out onto the outside. You can get the job done nice and cleanly. It is quite difficult overall, really, to make make a pass in these BMWs anyway, because it's only a 12-minute race, so they're very even. It's actually Langley Park is quite a tight circuit, really. In a lot of places for two cars, it's kind of like, well, actually, you'll slow yourself down. So, but at the moment we're pretty steady. We're still in 5th. Now the guy who was chasing, who we were getting away from, has now been overtaken, so that guy may come after us, the guy who's overtaken the other guy. We'll have to see what happens with that one. still 1.1 seconds back at the moment, 1.2, so at the moment it's a pretty safe margin. Now this race is going to be about 13 laps, 14 laps. It's 12 minutes, but on average that's 13 to 14 laps. See, that is a 56.3, so that is very quick. I said I can never really do that in qualifying, but during the race it comes quite easily. Probably because the tyres have warmed up by now. Obviously, qualifying is 2 laps, we're on lap 5, and we've had a formation lap as well, which was lap 0, so we have had a decent amount of laps to really warm the tyres up, warm the brakes up, get into the rhythm of the circuit, of course, as well. Also following people can sometimes make it quicker. Oh, I had a bit of a bad run out of there. That's not good. The guy behind me's really caught up with that. That's not good. That can happen in the chicane. It's very easy to get a bad run out of it. It happens quite a bit. Now, obviously, luckily, I had that gap that meant that he didn't just dart to the inside. I was safe from him, but it does mean that he's a bit closer now, which I didn't really want, obviously.
Defend hard, make them work for it.
I could finish 6th and still be okay, however I would rather keep starting 5th. 5th I'm probably more likely to gain iRating. 6th I probably still can, because it's in the top half of the field, it's above my number as well, but 5th place is more safe. So I'd rather stay in 5th. But luckily I think I am quicker than the guy behind me. It's just that it's just that to be quicker than the guy behind me, I have literally got to make 0 mistakes. That's how evenly matched we are, really. It's kind of like I'm quicker, just. Now that chicane is random. Sometimes I get a really good run out of it. Sometimes I get a really terrible run out of it. It does seem partially random, even. We had a good run that time. That time stayed roughly the same, still about half a second behind. Had a bad run out of that corner, though, I think, because he lost a teeny bit of time. Now he does look further away in the rearview mirror. It's another thing that may trick you out.
You've just done
the field of view, the default field of view on the mirror is very high. You can change it. However, it does make the rearview mirror look a bit old, so I can't just like to make it like that. It's a bit annoying, but it's the best rearview mirror you're going to get.
Halfway home. Fuel looks okay.
I don't know why the actual mirrors don't work. I don't know if it's a setting you can change. But yeah, only the virtual mirror works, not the in-car one. I'm guessing, but the thing is, I'm on highest graphic settings, so I don't really see how that would happen. And there we go, we've had a really good run through there. Look, and you can see the guy ahead made a mistake there, so. But the guy behind me has now started catching me as well, so it's getting a bit condensed here. Us three are getting very, very close. Oh, he got on the curve a little bit too much there, I think. So I've got a bit of a run. I haven't really got much of a run. The guy behind me actually pulled away from a touch. I think he had a bit of a bad exit there onto the straight, because he's now 0.9 seconds ahead. Oh, now be careful not to spin him out, obviously. However, I don't really want him holding me up. He's brake checking me a little bit there.
What the fuck, Harry?
We're looking alright here. Keep your concentration nice and
but
smooth.
I am quicker than this guy now.
5 minutes.
He made a bit of a mistake and now I'm right behind him. But unfortunately, I just cannot do anything to get him. There's nothing I can do. So we'll see what happens here. So you see, we broke a little bit earlier there and then went later. I think that was actually a bit slower maybe, but he did get on the grass, so that would have impacted it a bit. Had a very good run out of there, we did. We have 0 incidents, and that'll be great for safety rating either way. Now, we've got a 2.1 second gap behind us now. It's someone else who's overtaken them, so he's quite quick, he's number 4. So he might come for us, I don't think he qualified, so he might be a lot quicker than us. However, we've only got a couple of laps. By the time he closes up, it'll probably take him 2 laps at least to close up 2 seconds. So by then, I'll only have to keep him behind for a lap,
We can get
2
this
laps.
position.
So I think I'll be alright with that, hopefully. Obviously, it would be nice as well to have this guy ahead of me as a buffer, if I can get past him. Oh! Oh! I thought I'd messed up the chicane then, because I broke way earlier, but nope, he messed it up. Or for some reason, he didn't get a run. I didn't get a run on him. I think maybe I had a bit of a bad run as well, because the guy behind me caught up half a second there. So the guy behind me is clearly quicker. Whoa, 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 whoa! Don't know why, but the car just suddenly a little bit wild there.
0 incidents.
I didn't go off track because I still have 0 incidents. That was a bit of a slow lap, yeah. Because I am actually being held up by this guy a little bit now, but it's really tight. I think he's quicker than me in some places, and I'm quicker than him in others. I'm quicker than him in this first sector, but I can't do anything, because the first sector is the one place, like the chicane, you just can't really pass there, unless the other person makes a very bad mistake. Right, I think I had a good run out of the chicane that time. Whoa, that guy behind me must have had a bit of an accident.
What the fuck?
Yep, because he's now angry. Because he's now 4.5 seconds away, so there must have been a little bit of an incident there. Yeah, sadly there's no restriction on what you can say on iRacing voice chat, so we just have to live with that. We are starting to get an engine temperature hot warning as well. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really... Oh! Sorry! Sorry! Oh man! I misjudged my braking point there. Slightly. I was too caught up on the fact that the car was hot. Right, away we go. We're alright. He might be a bit cross with me now, though. I misjudged my braking point. I got 4 incident points for that, so that was totally deserved. Unfortunately, that means they've now caught up to us, those other guys. Oh, I can't believe I did that. I feel really sorry for him, but I can't really let him by, because those other guys are there as well. And I was also quicker than him, but it's just, yeah. I don't know whether he broke early, whether I broke late. I'm not totally sure what happened there. I felt like I was going to stop for the corner, though, so it felt like him braking early for some reason, although, I don't know, maybe I'll have a look at it in the replay. It's a shame I had the 4 incident points. But what can you do, I guess?
P4.
I've got to be careful he doesn't try to spin me out though now, because he might be cross with me. Which, to be fair, I would probably cross with somebody if they did it to me, so I can't really blame him for it if he is a bit cross. So maybe I'll have to replay, see whose mistake it was. It could have been him braking early, it could have also been me braking late, that's the thing. I didn't really know which one it was. Oh, that bad run out of this chicane here, I think. No, actually, I'm alright. He's quite close, though. He's very close. The thing is, the guy behind him is even closer, so he probably won't try and attack me. Because if he does, he's going to get passed again. Right, last lap on to now. If I can finish 4th, that'll be great. Yeah, he's going for me. He's going for me. Oh, that's a shame. Yeah, he's going for me. If I could try and keep him outside, I'll be alright, because I'll be on the inside for this next corner.
He's still there. They're all around.
Yes, I got him. And see, I knew he shouldn't attack me, because now the other guy's going for him. That's his mistake, that is. I knew he shouldn't have done that. Well, that's basically gifted me. It's made my life a bit easier, because it means he's not right on the back of me now. He's busy defending a place. I'll have a really good run out of this corner, so I think I'm a bit disappointed about the 4 incident points. Again, I'm not sure whether that was my fault. I'll skip back to it. I think it was on lap 9. We'll look at the incidents of the race.
Francisco is leading the race.
And there we go, across the line to finish 4th. That's a decent iRacing game. Safety rating will probably stay about the same.
Watch out.
Okay. Stupid ball get played.
P4. Well done, mate. Good finish.
Guess that's one tactic, just drive side by side so their person behind can't get through.
And I'll just park up here and stop. I'm not sure whether the X that you get at the end of a race actually count as part of your safety rating. But let's have a quick look at that then. How do I look at the highlights? There was a way to look at the highlights of a race. But I can't remember what it was. That's a shame. I'm positive there was a way you could view. I'm trying to skip forward as well to more laps, but it's still just saying lap 0. Anyway, we'll finish there. And yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed this stream. It'll actually go, oh, there you go, it does work. Good. And in the end, we still gained some safety rating, so that's really positive. Gained 52 iRating, very happy with that. Definitely very happy. He also got the same sort of incident points, so I feel a bit sorry for him, to be honest, but again, they're 56-3, but those guys, look, 55-4. Those two are just in a different league to everybody else. But you can see there, look, they've got, 4.8k iRating. That's really high. And that's kind of why that happened. But there we go. I was very happy with that. Overall, very happy. No one crashed. Not a single real major incident in that race. No one really had any bad incident points. This guy had 8. I think he was a little bit over-aggressive. But there we go. I hope you guys really enjoyed that. Now, I think we're going to do one more street stock race. And then we're going to finish, I think. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to do one more street stock race. I feel like it. And then I think I'll be done on iRacing for the morning then. So, I hope you guys enjoy this. Obviously the Street Stock series doesn't matter quite as much to me. I was glad with the game safety rating there. If we have a look at results, look, and we have a little look on here, you can see, yeah, we didn't really gain much safety rating, but it was enough. It won't let me back into this straight away. It'll wait until 10 o'clock to let me in. But there we go. Yeah, I'm very, very happy with that. Now, there's a number of official series we can do in iRacing as well. Also, I can take part in the Mazdas. They're at the Roval this week. I took part in them over at Alton Park, and I was very quick, so I might give them a go again. However, it being a rookie series, it can be a little bit busy sometimes, a little bit crazy. Right, we'll start the next race then, here at Langley, and then we'll finish, I think. So, hope you guys are enjoying this as well. A little bit different to the typical flying streams. As I said, I was going to finish now, but I thought, you know, may as well do one more race and then we'll finish it off. I really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed that race as well. You can see there's the field we're in. Strength of field is 1300, so we're probably going to be quite quick actually compared to everybody else. Oh, that guy we were racing against earlier is also in here. He's the guy that we were battling for first place with earlier, so that'll be cool. And there we go, we're in iRacing. So we're number 4 in this split, not number 2. So we're a little bit worse compared to the last couple of splits we've been in.
Pit lane speed limit is 48 kilometers per hour.
But where we go then.
Pit exit is clear. Push now.
For some reason, oh yeah, it's logged our best now as a 16.9 in qualifying, no practice. Obviously the race we did is 16.7. That's my personal best. And there we go, away we go then. Be nice and steady here. Obviously, from laps and laps of following that guy earlier, have now learned how to drive this place a little bit better. Setting personal bests, you know? I mean, look at that.
Just overall.
Without even warming up the tyres, we were very quick there, so that was good. Good to see.
You got one on the inside.
The track temperature's decreasing. It's now
Clear inside.
Whoa! Got a little bit on the wall there. And that's what happens in the Street Stock series.
this lap will be invalidated. Watch the track limits.
Whoa! Yeah, that's what happens in the Street Stock series quite frequently. Just the car, it does
The
get
guy behind
low.
has just done a
Now,
17.0.
I'm going to try what people recommend as a setup, yeah? So 42 on the brake bias, 42.8, plus 2 degrees on the steering, 10-1 on the ratio. Okay, done. And let's go. We might not be able to get a lap in the time, I'm not sure. The thing with the steering ratio, it makes it harder
There's traffic behind. Watch
to
your mirrors.
it makes it harder to set a decent lap, to catch slides with the steering ratio that we've changed. If I'm honest, I don't like this. I don't like having a steering offset, if I'm honest. Whoa!
You're quickest overall.
No, I don't like this setup as much. Also, yeah, I'm not sure if that's a physics bug.
That's the end of the
But
session.
when you
P1.
brake too much, this car flips. I mean, I'm not sure if that's a bug,
It's
but
quicker the
what's
other way
this? I just thought that was a bug. Right, okay. I'm changing that back to what it was. The brake bias I agree with, but the other two, I actually prefer my method of doing it, and it's proven that you can still go quick with it. So...
Pit lane speed limit is 48
my steering wheel was
kilometers per
put to the
hour.
left then, didn't
Pit
realise
exit's clear.
that.
Push. We've
There we
got
go.
2 laps. Let's get this done.
Right, nice steady out of the pit lane. Now, we're probably not going to set the quickest of laps here because the tyres are just stone cold at the start of these qualifying sessions. Lost a lot of time there, so you go very gentle through the corner, but then unfortunately the car just sort of doesn't really agree with the rest of it.
P4. That last lap was at 17.2.
There you go, we've done alright though on the second lap. The car had a bit more grip, obviously, as the tyres start warming up. And then that's going to be a really quick lap, that is. That's going to be a 17.0, which is pretty decent in qualifying for me. At the moment we're 4th. Oh, I'm using the Logitech G920. Yeah, I like the racing. The racing's good. I'm glad you're enjoying it, obviously. You know, at the moment I'm on Logitech G920 using pretty much maximum force feedback because of obviously the fact that this wheel is a little bit weak at times. So it's all max. It makes the car. It's a bit of hard work. This wheel can't really put out much more force feedback than that. I saw your comment actually about the force feedback challenge. Yeah, a force feedback challenge in this thing. I think the best game to try on would be NASCAR 15. That really makes it's because it doesn't have force feedback, so it just uses the wheel's default force feedback, which is crazy, crazy strong. Now, in terms of the Logitech G920, one thing I will say, they have actually released a brand new one called the Logitech G923. It's called the True Force. It's got brand new force feedback mechanisms in it, so that'll be worth it, I guess. I mean, one bonus though is the G920 has actually gone from £300 to £215 because of this new wheel, so it's a bit cheaper now to get, which is nice. So if you're looking for a wheel, it has now dropped in price, which is great. But the G923 True Force, I don't know, I haven't really seen much in the way of reviews. Sadly, on Amazon at least, they have the same reviews because they're classed as the same product, and you just choose your variant, whether you want the G923 or the G920. Although they are different products, it's just so that means it combines the reviews, which is a little bit silly. Obviously, I've got 2 G920s. They've been very good. They've lasted a long time. Gotta say, I mean, they're really good. So my first G920 that I got ages ago broke, but Logitech, because it was in 3 years, they gave me a free one. They just like, here you go, it broke within 3 years, so because of warranty, you can go. So it's really nice, that. I really like that. Logitech, as I said, their stuff does tend to be a bit expensive, but it's good stuff. I've never looked at the Thrustmaster wheels. I need to have a look at them. I've never had a look. That's really all I've ever tried is a G920. So I'll have to see, really. I said I was considering the G923 because my other G920 does have a problem with the pedals. One really irritating thing is you can't buy pedals on their own. You can buy the gear stick on their own, but you can't buy pedals on its own or steering wheel. I guess their thinking is that you wouldn't want just pedals or just a steering wheel, but since they're not connected, you can just disconnect them at any time. They should be sold separately, I think, if you want the option. But apart from second hand, there's no option. Oh, I accidentally hit the push to talk button on my
I just can't hear you.
Oh my, that was on my crew chief. I pushed the talk button on iRacing's different. Obviously, having the same push to talk button for both would be a bit silly. Yeah, with the G920, that's what I'd say. I mean, I've never used other wheels, to be fair. I know that if you get like a Fanatec direct drive wheel, that's the best force feedback. However, that's really expensive. I think for budget wheels, I think Logitech ones are known for being good. I said I've never actually used anything other than a G920, so I wouldn't know. But the force feedback on this is fairly good, just as long as you turn it up to max on games. What it is, it's not the strength of the force feedback, it's the amount that it can use. It's the amount it can process at once that's the main issue. So as you can see, if you go into my iRacing options, I've whacked at the minimum force all the way, so only...
That's the end of the session.
So if only the really hard forces are picked up by the wheel, the others are just left by the game, meaning that I kind of get a bit of a better sense of force feedback. The feedback strength is perfectly good, it's just the amount it can process that isn't so good. But I said, really, for this, street stock racing, by the end of 40 laps, my arms could be hurting. So it's enough for that. And I do karting and things as well, so it's not like my arms are totally weak. So it feels quite good. And that's another thing to note. Yeah, I do karting, so I do kind of feel what both types of wheel are like. So we'll see. But anyway, brake bias is set, ready to go. Just need to wait for everybody to load in. Now we're starting 4th. The aim is basically just don't crash. We're number 4. The amount of people in this field.
I want to start on the inside of this track.
The amount of people, we have 14, I think. Actually, if I look at the standings, I'll be able to see. Standings, yeah, 14 people. So,
like, oh, okay, I'm cool with that.
So yeah, 13 people.
I was really hoping
14,
one of the
If we finish in the top, if we finish roughly in the top 6, I think we should gain iRacing. Let's wait for everyone to load in now. Just need to wait. I hope you enjoy the stream. And yeah, the race will be starting very shortly. Just need to wait for...
The air temp is 25 Celsius. The track temp is 28 Celsius.
There's the message from our crew chief telling us that the race has started. It's basically what it does. Another tip is like I don't have the crew chief that I always used to use. If the race is ready to start, if you can shift into first gear, it's generally quite a good indication. It's why I don't like standing starts. The standing starts are so sudden. That's what they do in the Mazda series. I much prefer a rolling start. Like in the BMW series or the oval. I don't generally do standing start oval. Now I'm on the outside, so I'm a bit vulnerable to people that decide to spin out. So we'll see what happens here. So this isn't my primary series. The road racing is the one I really care about. So if I get wrecked, it's not the end of the world. However, it's nice not to get wrecked, obviously. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Right. Warm up the tyres. We've got 1 lap to go to green. Try and warm up the tyres. Turn left. Obviously, all you need to do is turn left in an oval. So who really cares what the other tyres are doing? That's what I like oval racing though. It's actually quite simple, but it's quite fun. It's simple but effective, you know. I mean, anyone who sits there and goes, "Oh, NASCAR's boring because it's just turning left."
Be ready.
It's a bit more than that. Right, third gear for the start, and away we go. The person ahead of me did not use third gear for the start because whoa!
Hard low, 3 wide.
Whoa! 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 Ah, that's a shame. 4X because I got boshed.
Clear.
Right, away we go. Now that wasn't very significant impact, so that probably won't be enough to blow up my engine. We'll keep our fingers crossed on that. But I don't think it will be enough to blow our engine. So we started 5th, we're now 7th. So we didn't actually lose much. Oh no, we're 6th. Okay, yeah, we really didn't lose much on the start. I think we actually started 4th, so we've only lost 2 places. So I'm quite happy that we mostly avoided that, and then that guy coming back down the track. Whoa!
Has just done a 18.
Why is that guy going so slowly?
They're low.
Honestly, if you're going to drive that slowly, go to the outside.
The guy behind has just done a 17.5.
So there we go. Now I'm going to have to watch the temperatures because that was a bit of a hit on the front. It wasn't too bad. It's not bad enough for me to consider pitting already. But if we do end up getting a message from our crew chief
that lap was a 17.2.
to say that the water is running high, it's the water temperature that's the most important one. So we'll keep an eye on it. We'll know if we get to about lap 15, 20, that's where it starts to blow up. And when it does blow up, that will be basically, it won't be game over, but it will be a bit of a disappointment, definitely.
New fastest lap for Watson.
And the thing is, when it heats up, there's nothing you can do in oval racing because it's all flat out. There's no lifting and coasting, really, is there? It's just how you do.
6th place.
It's how you do oval racing.
0.9.
But luckily, I said I'm very impressed with 6th place.
Lap for Watson, 16.9.
Hopefully this lap car will be sensible and get out of the way.
On your right. He's still there.
Also, for some reason, the timed laps are appearing at the top, which is quite rare for a race. I don't know why they're appearing at the top all of a sudden. I didn't hit anything on my steering wheel to make that happen. Oh! Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Ah! Oh, I've spun out trying to avoid it. Oh, it's a shame. I've got 8 incident points now, so that's a bit more damaging to me. And I don't think I got hit though. I didn't get hit. Actually, I did because I got. Oh no! Whoa! Not again! Man, people are dirty today. What are they doing? Right, I was 6th. I'm now 7th. 6th again. I mean, okay. But that may hit the water temperature. Oh, that is such a shame. 8x, that will lose me safety rating. But again, both times now, tried to avoid a crash, and that's happened. Again, with a short track like Langley in particular. Whoa! Someone else is wrecking again. What is going on?
Just done a 17.
Seriously, and this guy behind me is now looking for a way past.
Fastest lap for Bernard, 16.9.
Like, actually, what is going on? Now, my water temperature is staying
disqualified.
put. What? Someone's already been disqualified this early? How? That's bad. That's really bad.
The gap to Watson ahead is now.
That shows how nuts this race has been.
For Watson, 16.7. You've just done a 17.1.
Luckily, the car isn't too damaged, so we can just continue on.
Clear high.
And we're back in the 16.8s now, so we're going quite quickly, which is good to see. I've never done anything better than a 16.8, so we'll see.
Jones behind is now 0.9. There's a car rejoining.
Well, I lost a bit of time there, unfortunately. Was that 16.6 by any chance? No, still a 7.
That's a new fastest
right,
lap for
so we're
Watson,
6th.
16.
The water temperature is staying put, so I think
16.7.
I think we're safe.
Look out for the pit speed limit.
Oh, I've got to be very careful. Well, this is going to be a 16.6, this is.
That was a 16.8.
I said it was better. How was that? Wait, oh, did that guy just disconnect, or was he blinking? Whoa, that was a big blink. This guy's falling to the back. He's actually quite slow, I think. Maybe he has damage.
He's still there, keep digging.
So we're up to 5th place then. So we're getting to my rating. As I say, safety rating doesn't matter quite as much because I cannot get above D class. I am frozen in D class because you can't go back to rookie, and I can't get to C class because I don't actually have any D class.
The gap to Watson ahead is now 0.8.
So, you know, that's kind of that's the best I can do, really, isn't it?
The guy behind has
No,
just done a
16.7.
16.7.
So we're going quite quickly. This is really decent. However, it isn't counting as our best lap for some reason, which is weird. Although someone's engine has blown up, that's what that smoke is. So we're currently 5th place. Oh, it's got on the wall slightly. So we're 5th place because that guy was going quite slowly. He's blinking, the guy behind us. So we'll have to watch that. Now, I'm not massively fussed about where I finished, to be honest. This race has been chaos. Sadly, this is Street Stocks Rookie Series for you. That does just happen very frequently.
16.8.
Can't just to be expected. Let's just say that.
There's a car leaving the pits.
What was that lap? That one felt good. That was a 7.21. So I still haven't done a 0.6.
That lap time was 16.7. We're matching race pace.
Coming up low side.
Whoa, that guy coming out the pits was being a bit dangerous. What if people coming out the pits would just go wide instantly? Yes, it's quite difficult to do. It's kind of the nature of this track as well. It is just
in front is now 1.0.
It is difficult to merge from the pit lane onto the track. Obviously, during a race that shouldn't really be happening, but obviously, what with the carnage that's gone on, it's going to be expected.
Look out for the pit speed limit.
I'm actually pulling away from the guy behind here, which is good to see.
Clear high.
And like last time, I thought we were the same guy. So this is quite funny, really. It's like carbon copy of what was happening before.
What's your speed limit in the pits? We're halfway home. We're okay on fuel.
Right, there we go. We're doing pretty well here. We're getting a little bit of track time. Yeah, our best is still saying 16.9, look, but we've done loads more than that. So it's really annoying that it's doing that, but never mind.
You're reeling Watson in. The gap is 0.4. That was 16.8.
We're doing alright at the moment, though. I'm pretty happy with how this lap's gone so far. That was a 7.20 that lap, so that was quite quick.
Your lap times are improving.
Well, this lap's going on for being good. Whoa, this might be my first 0.6, you know. That's going to be a 0.6, that is. Whoa! His engine went,
Inside.
That's from damage at the start.
Time was
inside.
That's from damage at the start. Well, there we go. we've just been gifted 4th place. I said, luckily, I've been quite lucky where the damage I got
Coming up
obviously
on here.
hasn't caused that to happen for me.
Keep it together, hold your
But it
line.
has happened to me multiple times
Clear,
before. It does start to happen at this
P4,
point in the
that
race
was
as
at
well.
17.3.
Where the use of these cars and the damage together with the radiator does just eventually happen. But there we go, P4.
You have 8 incidents.
So 8
What's your
incident
speed?
points, so I probably won't gain safety rating, as I said. But I'm so
The
happy
gap in
with
front is
that.
now 3.2.
And also I've done my first ever 16.6 as well, so that's good. That means I am getting better, slowly but surely.
Yeah, I'm on right side. Clear up high.
Good, so that guy we're lapping got out of the way. The next car now at 3rd place, 2.3 seconds ahead. He's quite slow. He's
The
number
gap to
12,
Jones
so he's actually
behind is now
he is
0.7.
quite slow. The only reason he's even there is probably because of all the carnage that's happened. So if we
Look
can
out for the
catch
pit
him up,
speed limit.
if we can get on the podium, I'll be very happy. We're currently where we qualified. We qualified 4th, obviously. The guy behind us is very quick. I think he qualified ahead of us. Oh, he's just gone. He must have had an engine blow up as well because he's just disappeared. That guy who was 0.9 seconds behind us, car number 3.
There's a car
he's just
rejoining in
disappeared.
front.
Oh, they go, no, he's still in here. He's there. He's spun out. Okay.
11, didn't mean to touch you, buddy.
The gap in front is now 2.2
And
seconds.
there's the guy whose engine blew up. Look at that. He's now 2 laps down though, so hopefully he'll let us by. Because obviously,
Right side.
whoa, that's close.
He's still there. That sideline's clear.
P4.
That guy ahead. Oh, well, that's 2nd place. Coming out the pits. Wait, what? He had a big lead then.
Stay high. You got one inside.
What's going? Oh no, he's just got loads of damage. He's yeah, he's been involved in a crash. Oh, and that guy crashed into him as well. Oh, I feel sorry for him. Right, we're now 3rd place then.
P3. That was at 17.3.
Yeah, he just spun out. I think his car was damaged,
ahead
and then
is
another
now
guy
1.6.
crashed into him. So there we go. Now this guy ahead.
Walking pit road, not sure what happened.
Your lap time was at 16.9.
His car was clearly damaged there. Right, we're coming up on 2nd place then. We've got 8 laps, and we're clearly quicker than him. So if I can make this work, I can get 2nd place. 1st place, I think, is too far gone, unless he makes a mistake.
Your lap time
But
was
I'll be so happy
17.0.
with 2nd place. That'll be a good iRating game. And here we go. We're going for the move on the inside.
And you're in.
And I think it's
Car
going to be
behind
pretty
is
easy,
reeling
yeah.
you in. The
He
gap
just
is
let us
now
Clear
go.
outside.
He didn't have the pace really to be in 3rd. I think he was 2nd. I mean, I think he was only there. Now the next guy is, well, we'll wait,
Me too.
they go 6.5 seconds away, the next guy. We're not catching 6.5 seconds in 6 laps. So,
Right side.
I think that'll
Gap
be it
to
for today
Bernard
now.
ahead is now 6.1. What's your speed limit in the pits?
So, whoa, yeah, he got a bit close then. So the aim now is just,
That last lap was at 17.2.
the aim now is keep 3rd place behind us. If we can do that. Now obviously the thing is,
Watch your
I'm
speed.
now slower because I'm not following anybody. When I'm following people, I do tend to be quicker. However, I have actually learned how to set a quicker lap, so you can see there actually that was alright still. So we're not going to catch 1st place, I don't think, unless 1st place is really slow, which he isn't. He's number 6, so he's still alright on pace-wise. He probably qualified about 5th or something, so he's just been lucky, I guess, avoiding crashes.
You've just done
But
a
2nd place,
17.0.
I'm happy with that. And we've set a very quick lap as well. Might even be the quickest lap of the session, I'm not sure. We'll wait until later to find that one out. And yeah, only a few laps to go. I'm glad I took part in this race on stream. It's been a very amazing race, this. Ignore the 8 incident points. As if we hadn't been involved in 2 crashes, I think we probably would have won this one by miles because it was so mad. I mean, like,
P2.
you know, this race has just been so crazy. There's been so many crashes. We are actually catching 1st place, but there's not enough laps to do it. It was 6.4
2 to go.
seconds.
Keep
We're getting
it together.
roughly 1
We'll be
to
on
2
the
seconds
podium.
a lap.
The gap behind is now
1 to 2 tenths a
That
lap.
was at 16.9.
Obviously, not happening. Hello, Colour Factory. And go through. This is the last lap now. 3rd place is way back.
One
That's
more
good.
to go. Keep it together. We'll be on the podium. Your last lap time was at 17.1.
And there we go. Right, coming through. The last bend and the last lap. This guy, I don't know what he's doing, but.
Coming up on your
And there we go. 2nd place.
Clear.
That'll be a decent iRating game.
Well done. Decent
Sadly,
drive.
the crashes will mean we're not going to get a safety rating game. But there we go. We'll park it back round the pits now. And there we go. And there we go. And we'll just park it in the middle of this bit here. There we go. Hope everyone enjoyed that then. Look at that. Where was that? Yeah, in the end, we were only 6.6 seconds off the leader there. We were very quick. And there we go. He actually qualified first, so he did deserve to be there then, clearly. He probably set a quicker lap than me in the race then. But I did my first ever 16.6, so I'll have a look at that. Safety rating, not really much of a loss, but a little bit of one. iRating went up decent. Quickest lap actually belonged to 10th place, but we weren't very far away from it. I was very happy with that, 6.59. So that's really, really good. I hope everyone really enjoyed that. You can see we're only 6.5 seconds off the leader in the end, despite all the carnage that occurred, which is really, really good. And yeah, I mean, you can see all the quick chaos. Someone got disqualified after 33 laps. I mean, how you do that? I mean, this guy, look, got 12 incident points in like 6 laps. So 2 people didn't have the best of times, and then a couple of people obviously got involved in crashes. Only 4 people on the lead lap, so kind of sums up how mad that race was. Yeah, I'm happy about that. But anyway, that is it, guys. Gonna finish it here. So what I need to do quickly, I just need to restart iRacing, and then it'll refresh my stats on the profile page, and then I can show you guys. I don't know why. There we go. Loaded in, so you can see since this morning, iRating has gone up a lot in road, and safety rating's gone up a little bit. In Class D Oval, safety rating's still about the same. iRating's gone up a massive chunk, now up to almost 1700. So we've done really well. Obviously, dirt oval and dirt road, I haven't touched because I'm not very good at that. Now, have a look at my stats. Let's have a quick look at the BMW series. So currently 160 championship points, which is really, really good. So 160 championship points, that puts me probably a little bit higher up again. So I hope you guys really enjoyed that, and I will see you in the next one. I'll leave you with the end screen and the background music. Also, let me know if you guys want any more iRacing videos as well. Since I got into iRacing, I've got plenty of time to record some videos over the next week now. Got lots of time to do maybe some Advanced Legends, maybe some MX5 Cup, maybe a bit of the fun. I think also the fun pickup cup, which is an unranked series. No one cares about safety rating. This week and next week is at a free track, so we can give that a go. Maybe some rallycross. I'm not very good at the rallycross in iRacing though, so maybe keep that a miss. But I hope you guys really enjoyed that, and I'll see you in the next one. Again, yeah, just comment down below, or let me know in the chat now if you want any more iRacing content, and what maybe. But there we go. I'm not buying anything new though. Because I'm not unless people are willing to give donations. But no, I don't, you know. But I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one, and bye.